Well, I'm John Madej with Bovine Veterinarian Magazine, and I'm here at the Academy of Veterinary Consultants Summer Conference and talking with Dr. Jerry Stokka, who is on the faculty at North Dakota State University, is a veterinarian there and has really kind of a unique position with some interesting responsibilities. I wonder if you could just tell me kind of about some of the background, what you're doing there at North Dakota State.
Thanks, John. Be glad to. Yeah, I'm in I guess what we would call a unique position. It's a brand new position at North Dakota State University. It's a position that currently is 70% extension and 30% research, and a position called Livestock Stewardship. And really there's quite a lengthy job description associated with it. But from my standpoint, John, I believe my responsibility, at least part of it, is to help restore the bridge, the communication, the trust and respect between consumers and those of us in the food production business. Now, is that a huge task? Absolutely it is. But I think it can be done, or I should say I think we need to try, because without agriculture and without food production, we don't function very well as a society. If we become a society that imports food, or most of it, then we are at the behest, or we're at the mercy of those nations that are exporting food. It's much like what we have dealt with forever with the oil industry and the Middle East. So I don't think it's a good place for us to be, and I just think that more of our consumers need to understand this food production system that we have, that I would argue, and I'm pretty sure I'm right, is the best in the world.
I know as a veterinarian you've worked in practice in academia and in industry and really worked kind of across the animal health system and a lot of different in a lot of different roles. What would you see as the veterinarian's role, or kind of some key points for the veterinarians as they try to fit kind of into this system and work to improve those public perceptions as they work with their clients?
Yeah, I think in fact what I would like to see is the majority of our, what I would call food animal veterinarians, kind of take on this mantle of livestock stewardship, because it needs to go from a spokesman, I guess like I am right now, to our practicing veterinarians and then to the producers as well. And so we need to translate this information back to our producers, and then it's almost like a train the trainer type of system, where the more people you get talking about stewardship, and by stewardship I'm just simply meaning careful and responsible management of the resources that are under our care. And so the more we have people talking about it, I think the more our consumers will understand, because you don't always get to talk to broad audiences. Sometimes it's just one-on-one, and if we can have those relationships and have those conversations, I think we'll be in good shape. Taking off a little bit more on the veterinarian's role, though, really the veterinarian has been looked upon for years as not only just the cow doc or a pig doc, one who treats animals that need help, provides surgical procedures and other things, but really our role is one of preventing disease in the first place. That's the biggest role we have. And there are areas that we as veterinarians get involved in, whether it be genetic selection, whether it be nutrition, whether it be environmental housing, whether it be animal handling, all the way down to vaccines, recommendations. Those things are all wrapped up in preventing disease and making sure we got healthy, productive livestock. So that's where I think veterinarians fit. And I need to give a lot of credit to some of my colleagues and good friends and mentors, Dr. Knopfsinger and Locatelli, and the whole groups of veterinarians primarily that have kind of adopted the old Bud Williams theory of animal handling, and I so much appreciate their efforts, because it's one that many of us, even those of us that grew up on farms and ranches, I'm not sure we totally understood that as well as we should have. We oftentimes tried to force animals into circumstances and places where they didn't want to go, and we couldn't figure it out, so you just tried to force them. And I've come to realize through watching others that if you just take a little time and you just move a little bit and not be too loud and holler and all those sorts of things, why it works pretty darn well.